All right, for this lab, we're going to learn more about machine learning as the AI component for this class with the Google Teachable machine, which is a fun way to learn about AI and machine learning. And for this model here, we're going to learn about supervised learning, which means that we tell it what the input is, and based on that input is how it's going to categorize our output or map them. We're going to see some training data, which will be fun for you to collect, and some fun training, which we get to push the buttons and see these things called epochs, loss, and accuracy, which you do not have to be an expert in to kind of see them in your model and how they work. So the first things first is just pick a topic. You can pick any two categories. For this example, I'll use cats versus dogs, but choose any of these. And then collect at least 4 images per category. So you can go online, go to Google. You can choose any images since these are for educational purposes and you're not doing anything with them except teaching your model. So you could say, cats, and then you can come over here to images. You right click on this image, save image as, and then make a new folder in here. Call it images and save those images. And save them as like cat 1, save another one as cat 2, cat 3, cat 4, until you have 4 images for a cat, and then 4 images for a dog. Have another test image, and then I uploaded some new training data. So 4 more images of fluffy dogs. So you download those images there for those categories that you picked. So if you picked cars and bikes, you could download cars and bikes. If you picked apples and oranges, if you picked peaches or grapes, whatever images, download at least 4 of them and save them in your folder. Then open up Google Teachable Machine. You can use this link here in Canvas, or just come over here to Google Teachable Machine, and you're going to choose the image project. So standard image model, and here's where you're going to upload your training data. It's pretty easy. You just click the upload button, and now you can just drag those images into that place to upload. So I'll drag them over there, and I can even click to name my class cats. So now it's going to see what a cat is depending on those images I gave it. Down here, I'm going to click on my second category, second class. I'm going to click on my dog. Oops. Remember to click the upload button first. Then click on your dog images. Oops, dang it. And hopefully you didn't mix them up like I did. And you'll upload those images here, so then it's going to be trained with those. All right, you can even name this dogs. Now you get to train your model. What's cool is when you train your model, you're using a machine learning model created by Google on their servers, and you're giving it your data for training. And so actually right now, it's using my webcam and saying that I look more like a cat today. After you get your model trained, you can go ahead and pull down this little menu and choose File. And here's where you can put in some test data. So I want you to put it in at least 1 test image. You can use your webcam like me if you do train it with something you're showing the webcam. But for us, with our images, I uploaded a test image here, and I can see that it actually thinks this fluffy dog is also a cat. Now that is because my training data, I purposefully did not pick very many fluffy dogs, And so it's not used to seeing fluffy dogs, but it is used to seeing fluffy cats. And so we can see how the training data, because I don't have that type of dog in my training data, it's very biased and it thinks it is the wrong answer, which is a cat. So to correct this, we can upload some more images as our training data. If you actually look at the instructions for Google Teachable Machine or many of these machine learning algorithms, you'll see that they'll need hundreds and thousands of images in order to be properly trained. Now, when you train it with just 8 images, it's not going to be the best model in the world. And so your model is usually based upon your output. Now it's thinking that I'm a dog. I got fluffy hair. So if we go ahead and choose File, and now I do my dog test, now that I have this fluffy dogs and it has references that look more like my dog, it can tell that it is more like a dog than a cat. Still not 100% correct, but still pretty okay. So that's all you had to do. To see some more advanced training, you can click on the advanced here and you can see your epochs and your batch size. And actually you can click on that little question mark and it can tell you more about what an epoch means. And you can read about, what the epochs and batch sizes mean and learn more about machine learning. And you can even share this with a family member or a friend and show them what you learned about machine learning. Okay, so remember that machine learning takes tremendous power, and so that's what it's telling us right here, that if we run this algorithm many, many times, it gets more accurate. And so the epochs have to do with those accuracies. All right, so you can click on all of those. And then you can also click on under the hood and you can see these accuracy diagrams, which might not make complete sense to you yet, but we are learning about machine learning. So click on the little question mark there and you can read about what they mean and start to learn about machine learning. So do click on those and read through these. We'll have some quiz questions having to do with machine learning and some of these basics. Okay, so these are just the basics and having fun learning about that. Okay, so that's what you need to do to complete that lab there. And remember that you do have the response questions, of course. So just a short reflection, 5 to 7 sentences, and a screenshot. Remember to make this all into a single document. Okay, you can use Microsoft Word or a Google Doc and easily drop a screenshot of your trained model. So you can take any kind of screenshot showing me that you trained your model and the topic that you chose. And then, of course, responding to those questions. Upload that single document here for this lab. All right, so that concludes going over this lab. I'll see you in the next video.